I'm about to tell you the biggest problem in the real estate industry. Maybe you know, because if you participated in the real estate industry in any way, whether on market or off market, it's all the same. The problem has always been the same. It should be easier now that there's so many ways to do research online, but it's still not that easy. The biggest problem in real estate is a lack of transparency. Everybody's hiding everything and making it harder for everybody to just do traditional arm's length transactions. They're hiding stuff in inspections. That could be the seller, that could be the agent. They're hiding things that they know about the property when it's just easier to, you're going to find out anyway. There's just too much agents lying to agents or just not telling the full story about what's going on. And look, agents have a fiduciary duty to their client. There's things that they can't disclose, but there's certainly things that you do know about that should be disclosed and all parties should be aware. There's just no transparency. If you're talking about off-market properties, it's just an absolute calamity what wholesalers are sending out there. There's a zero transparency in that. You don't know if they even have a contract. The ARV is wrong. The repair costs are like not even remotely within the ballpark. But it's also about the way that you do business as an agent when you're on market or dealing with off-market properties. If I have a client, a seller who wants to do something that is going to affect someone long term, I'm not okay with that. You know, it's not my job to be a conduit for somebody to be fraudulently affected later. It's just real estate's always been looked at this way. It's why people go into homes and start to think like, maybe they're missing a few things. Let's talk about home flipping, not transparent. I've been flipping for a long time. We're fully transparent with who we used, who did what, and everybody's welcome to contact the providers. On some other flips, it's just not done. You know, you don't know if the full job was done. It's like when you're putting on an entire new addition and you're not fixing the foundation below. There's just too many ways that people are cutting corners, and there's no way to properly police it. Over time, myself, as someone who runs a big team, Streamline Properties on Market, brokered by eXp Realty, we really believe that we can change the industry by training the agents to do the best job ethically. If you do the best job ethically, that sometimes means saying no to clients or saying we're not going to do that. And it also means losing some deals here and there because you're willing to stand up for what's right for both parties while not violating the fiduciary duty that you have to your client. But wouldn't it be much easier if everything was transparent? What if all home sellers had to, as part of a listing, deliver a home inspection that they got, a pre-inspection from a verified company that has no reason to lie? They're just going to put everything out there so that when you go to buy, you could review the home inspection. Our plan for this year for sellers is actually to do that. The thing is, some sellers don't want us to because they don't want those things found. And I'll link to that video. I'm going to link to that video right there. It's about what you should do. If you know that something's wrong and you're hoping that somebody doesn't find it, that's not a great thing to do as a seller. You're going to get a much smoother transaction if you know everything that they're going to find in inspection. So if you hire an inspector and they find all the stuff, then you have the opportunity to either disclose it or fix it. And then it's a fully arm's length. Everybody is on the same page about what it is. If you're looking at dumps, if you're talking about wholesaling or wholetailing, which I prefer, wholetailing is best done when you deliver an inspection as part of the project to resell it. Because like, hey, you know what you're getting into. All I did was clean this place up. You're getting this, and here's the inspection list. You know, bid, make your best offer based on what's in there also, so we don't have to redo it. They're still going to do their own inspection, but there's not going to be a, hey, we think that you're lying. We did the inspection. It would just be so much easier overall if real estate was super transparent. There's been a couple companies that have tried to make the offer process more transparent. Like with all the multiple offers out there, you never know where you stand unless the agent will give you the information. Good agents, we give information. You came in 6 out of 12. I can't tell you the prices, but you know, there was substantially higher than you. But it is tough. The multiple bid situation is very, very troubling and not transparent to buyers and tough on agents. because they say we're expecting multiples, and then instead of 12, they get 4, and you were bidding as if they had 12, or they only get 1 and you don't know. I don't know. You can't turn people into people who aren't going to misrepresent stuff, but it would be great if the real estate industry had a little bit of a better hold on what you can do ethically and not. We do have ethical rules, and we do have ethics proceedings that are there to basically, quasi prosecute any errors, and they do take place all the time. But the undertaking to do it and the results of what happens are longer form and not always what people want to pursue. So I don't know. Do you agree? Would real estate be so much easier if we could just rely that everyone was being transparent about everything without violating fiduciary duties? I think so. I'm just going to hope 2023 is the year where it gets more transparent. On my team, we try to do everything at the highest level of ethical standards so that all parties in the transaction, not just our own clients, feel that they got a fair shake.